Welcome to Chiefs Uncut, Kahsennenhawe Sky Deer. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so bear with me. Hope everybody's been tuning in. The last couple of chiefs that have updated the community, Mike DeLille, Harry Rice, and Chief Tanya Perron. We agreed to bring this back to keep the community abreast of everything going on within our files. So just wanted to provide updates on some of the work that I've been doing. I know everybody's in COVID mode right now, and I'm sure tired of hearing about this, but it is the reality we're in right now, and just reminding everybody, stay safe, follow the directives, and let's keep our community safe. So shifting direction, for those who don't know, I have four main portfolios that I am responsible for. I am the lead chief on the governance portfolio, and there's been a lot of work in the last year with that. For those who have seen that Gerald Ayage Alfred and Jessica Lazar have been in the community doing some engagement with people in Kahnawake, garnering some feedback about the way we as the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake operate. If you have any concerns or things that you would like to see us change in the future, they've done some extensive engagement and garnered a lot of feedback, and I believe the report will be ready for the community in November. So that's going to help us to shape some of our governing documents. We want to prepare a full manual for the chiefs, for the community to see. We do have an election coming up, as everybody's aware, in July. We just went through extensive dialogue about the vacancy of the Grand Chief's position and whether or not to fill that, and I think the council made a good decision in terms of not wanting to fill that role and waiting for the 10 months to come along and for us to have a regular election and allow the community to make that decision of who will be the next Grand Chief of Kahnawake. So that as well, the vacancy and wanting to have a clear procedure in place in the event something like this ever happens. God forbid it doesn't, but this is the reality that our community is in right now. The next portfolio I'll move along to is heritage. Our language and culture, our identity, our rights are so important. We have a lot of different files within the portfolio that we're working on. I'm sure one of the ones everybody is aware of is the fact that we're trying to get our own cultural center, museum, a new state-of-the-art building in the community. There's still ongoing discussion with Quebec government, Canada, to secure funding for this, wanting to maybe look at a tourism leg with City of Montreal, Lachine. So there's been ongoing discussions with that. We're definitely going to have to develop a fundraising plan. We want the community to be a part of this. It is going to be a community building, so there's works ongoing with that. Another exciting project that I want the community to be aware of, which will be probably commencing this November, Peel Street. They had found some remains of our ancestors there, and they're pretty sure it was Iroquoian. There was the Hiawatha bell was on some of the pottery. So what they're going to be doing is honoring the Kanien'kehá:ka in this region. We know that they've been recognizing Montreal as unceded traditional territory of the Mohawks. So they're going to be doing a lights display from November till March on Peel Street. And we've been a part of that process now for the last couple of months and trying to make sure that the information that's going to be presented to the people in Montreal about the clan system and about the origins, comes from our perspective. We do have an artist that we're working with from the community, so it'll be launched November 15th. So I actually have an upcoming meeting to finalize some of those details, so pay attention for that project. External affairs, that's also another portfolio that I work very closely with Chiefs Gina Deer and Clinton Phillips and Ross Montour. We've kind of divvied up the work to be Quebec-Kahnawake relations, Canada relations, and then that more focused on nation relations and citizenship and border crossing, which falls under my responsibilities. And you know, in the next little while, Iroquois Caucus is going to have to reconvene our meetings. There's a lot of things going on, and you know, wanting to share information about what we're doing here in Kahnawake. We're trying to make headway in a lot of different areas politically, and so that's another area. The last one I'll touch on, social affairs. Everybody knows for the longest time that membership was an area of focus for me, and we're shifting that terminology. We don't like to use that anymore. We know that comes out of the Indian Act and the way Canada views belonging. For us now, it's recognition. We have the office of the KKR, or you know, Ganyaghaga Kahnawake Registry, and recently we just started to finalize all of the procedural details for the residency law. There's still a few more components that are being worked on, but for the community to be assured that that work is still happening, and it's just you know, getting those nuts and bolts finalized before we're going to start accepting applications and moving along in the residency law. So just to, I mean, I could go on and on. There's a lot of work within these 4 areas, and but I don't want to take too much of your time today. One thing I did want to touch on, because I know it was kind of controversial in the community. A lot of people felt very upset. The fact that helicopters flew over our community in you know, very low proximity, and our houses were shaking and stuff. So just wanted to assure the community that we did reach out to Mark Miller to tell the National Defense that, you know, this kind of activity and action over our community without our knowledge caused a lot of stir and a lot of bad feelings brought up from 1990, and to hopefully have a better relationship and understanding about, you know, how that affects people, our elders, and all people in the community, the fear that it brought up. So hopefully we'll never have to experience something like that again without being fully abreast and in the know that this was something that was taking place. So with that, I think I'll close up for today. Like I said, we brought back Chiefs Uncut to give the community some insight to some of the work we're doing, to assure everybody that work has continued despite COVID, having to adapt to the reality of, you know, working in Zoom meetings and teleconference calls, but we're finding ways to make it work. And just know that we're always accessible. If you have any concerns, questions, you want to ask about things that are going on with, you know, maybe my update today or any of the other chiefs, we want to hold each other accountable to the community, and hope you continue to tap in, pay attention, because there's a lot going on in Kahnawake. So Tony Awanage, Woman Israde, Sanizar Yosta, Tokni Gohnyawa.